Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Kamen Rider Spirit Podcast. I'm Zack,
And I'm Tay.
and we're going to be talking about the first episode of Kamen Rider... Well, the first episode with Kamen Rider Beast in Kamen Rider Wizard.
Episode 17, right?
Yeah. So, basically, the first episode with him was a good one that really established how his character is going to be acting throughout most of the series. He's mostly goofy and runs a lot on misunderstandings. The kind of self-imposed misunderstandings. It's weird.
I think it's funny compared to like the other common riders. I think it makes fun of them because you know how usually like the secondary rider is obviously they're all rivals at the start, but it's all like the first rider is always like kind of like, what are you doing here? And like, oh, they're kind of in the way. Like remember with Double and Ryu
Yeah.
and Date and O's, where he's taking all the core medals, and then Ryusei was kind of weird, you know, because like he let that one Zodiac go, but then this one it's funny to me because it's like he's like, we're rivals, and you know you better not get in my way, and then Haruto's just like, I just don't care.
Yeah, that's kind of how it comes off as at the moment. He just kind of named himself as Haruto's rival for no real reason other than, oh, it's another Kamen Rider, we have to be rivals. He thought that, you know, Haruto had to eat all this mana to stay alive, like, apparently Beast has to. And as of this episode, we don't actually know why yet, but, apparently he runs off of, mana right off of the bat, like he has to eat it to survive at all.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, and I think that will come into play because it seems like he has to have mana in order to live because he gets exhausted or tired or maybe he loses. Unlike Haruto, where if he runs out of mana, he's just like, oh shit, I can't transform or anything.
Yeah, that's kind of how it seems like to me.
Haven't you noticed that, you know, when Koyomi runs out of mana completely, she dies? Not dies, but like she like is like totally incapacitated. I wonder it's gonna be the same for Beast. Haven't you noticed that he looks really tired and he's like gonna pass out? And when Koyomi is out of mana, she completely like supposedly dies. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a doll or something. We're not really sure what she is.
Yeah, she is basically like a human doll that runs off of mana so far. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see where that goes, but the situation with the two seems very similar. Except Kaomi doesn't have powers or anything, as far as we know.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think about his suit design and theme?
Well, his suit design is really interesting to me because it's just it kind of is reminiscent of a Matador. Like his whole design is really like reminiscent of a Matador, and like he has a shoulder cape. He uses a sword that kind of looks like a fencing sword.
Yeah, his sword looks very odd. It's like it doesn't really look like a sword. It looks more like a tamer type of weapon or something.
Yeah.
Or a fencing thing too. It's really odd looking.
And it's just kind of like an interesting weapon to have a Kamen Rider have, especially in the way that he uses it, which is a very fencing-like stance. Like he does little short, close stabs with it, like when he went invisible while fighting the. I'm not actually sure what Phantom that is. I want to say that it's a Manicore, but I'm probably wrong on that.
I'm not sure what kind of creature that was. It was obviously insect-like and it had poison, but I'm not very familiar with bug-like mythical creatures. So
yeah, I've been kind of lost on a lot of monsters when they haven't straight up said what they were.
I believe the first one was a Minotaur, right?
Yeah.
I think the bull one.
Yeah.
That's all I got, I think. There is a rumor or speculation, or maybe it is already true that he's based off of a chimera.
Yes,
right?
he is based off of a chimera. Like, it's a chimera that will show up in the next episode after episode 18, which we haven't covered yet. We will next week, or at least next Sunday.
Haven't subs or anything yet.
Well, no, subs are up.
Yeah. Oh, they are for
Yeah.
18. I had no idea.
Just use overtime. They always get it up in like at least a day. So
okay. I had no idea.
It's fine.
Well, he's a chimera, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting of the animals they chose to give him, because he has 3 animals and then
no, he has 4.
Or he's technically 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a little strange because you know how usual chimeras are a lion head, but the other 2 are a snake and a goat, I think.
It's a snake and a goat, or sometimes a snake and an eagle.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
some kind of flying
No,
thing.
you're right. It's a lion, snake, and an eagle or some sort of bird. Like that. That's the usual chimera. So I'm a little curious of why they chose chameleon, dolphin,
and also bull. So there's the whole thing altogether is 5 monsters altogether. So it's the lion, which is his main form, chameleon, dolphin, bull, and falcon. So it's all just kind of like a big hodgepodge of monsters all together to make one big thing. And so he just got everything all at once.
Yeah. I just wonder, because I know it's this series is mostly a mythical creature kind of thing. So I was just wondering, wonder what dolphins and chameleons are, if it's just, just making a different version of a chimera where they just add whatever monster. I'm not very sure.
No, I'm not sure either. Maybe we're just kind of not up to snub when it comes to mythical.
Mythology.
Yeah. Hopefully we are not completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure somebody will tell us if we are.
Maybe someone, if they hear this or something, they could correct us, or they know a lot more about mythology. They can give us a heads up or something.
Yeah.
Alright. What do you think about his... Okay, so let's before we move on, we should talk about something, the last thing about Beast. His gimmick of putting mayo on everything.
Oh, jeez. I thought that, at the start he would just kind of be like the equivalent of somebody that just kind of puts French fries in mayo or something. That weird kid on the bus that always just eats everything with mayo and everything. But no, he takes it to a whole nother level. He eats it with everything.
Like donuts and strawberry donuts. Why?
I don't understand, and it's probably one of the more disturbing gimmicks that Second Writer has had in a long time. That a writer in general has had in a long time, honestly. But
what is really disturbing, though, is when he puts the mayo on the donut, and it's not like, okay, at first everyone thinks it's disgusting, but they try it, and it's they're like, hey, this is really good. And it's really disturbing because it makes you think, now I kind of want to try it, but at the same time, that is so disgusting. Is it really that good?
Well, I'm hoping at least that they at least just use custard cream or something in place of mayo, because it's about the same color and about the same consistency.
I'm just thinking the same thing about that they use custard cream on that.
Well, we'll have to see just how far he takes his mayo obsession.
Alright, right, so why don't you start on the next thing? All we want to talk about is the news. So,
Yeah, I guess we can talk about the news.
or do you want to talk more about Beast? Or
Well, there's one thing that I did want to bring up, in that
okay,
he does rely a lot on miscommunication and misunderstandings that he kind of imposes on other people. Like, he tells them not to keep on going with whatever they're saying, or not say anything at all, because he obviously knows what they're talking about. And I've been seeing a lot of people comparing him to characters from a character specifically from Faiz. And though I haven't watched the series myself, I've heard very bad things about misunderstandings coming from that character and every other character, honestly.
well, Faiz is I've actually finished Faiz, and it has a notorious writer called Inoue, and he often, when he usually is the main writer, I think he was the main writer of Faiz and Kiva, and those both series have a lot of character misunderstandings, and I think that's where they're getting it from. I don't believe it is necessarily the same, whereas in Kiva and Inoue, it was mostly plot-driven misunderstandings, where this guy is just imposing misunderstandings because it's just silly. And,
Yeah.
and Haruto is just like, I'm not gonna fall for it. You do whatever. He's not getting in the way. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be the same exact thing. And also, Faiz was a little, like, I hate to say this, it's a little, like, darker and stuff like that, where, so far most of the Heisei series, I mean, there have been, like, deep moments and stuff like that, but, like, Faiz is, like, an older era where there was a lot of, it was a lot more dramatic, and there was a lot, I hate to see it, a lot more, like, kind of a little more serious tone in certain aspects.
I can see that. A lot of series around that time were more serious, like Blade, which came right after.
Yes.
That was a much more serious, I should say,
No.
series than a lot of other series that came after it.
Yeah. A lot of older series had a little bit more. I mean, there are obviously, the ha ha ha, like, funny moments.
Yeah.
And Kamen Rider Faiz did have its hyper battle video, which was a complete joke. Yeah, a lot of the younger Heisei, older Heisei had a little bit more serious tone, while this is a little more happier, but still, it's not saying it doesn't have its, serious, deep moments, but because it does.
Yeah. It's just, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how far the whole misconception that he has about everyone knowing better than them, I guess. Just knowing better than them what they're going to say. That's going to be really entertaining, and I'm looking forward to more of him in the future, because he's a really entertaining character so far.
Oh no, he definitely is. I'm looking forward to him too. I guess all the secondary writers have some sort of like phrase gimmick where like Ryu's was don't remember what was his again? Do you remember?
It was along the lines of your fate is mine to decide.
No, not his like writer one, but remember when he's in human form, it's like, don't confuse me or don't say things like that. It was something on the lines of that.
You
know what I'm talking about?
I was thinking of the wrong character. My bad, everyone. Yeah, Ryosei's was, don't ask me questions.
Yeah, don't ask me questions, that was it. And then, let's see, I know, and then, Goto's, Date's was something too. Like, they all have their specific phrases, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, this guy it's all like, let me finish what I'm saying or something like that.
Date's was, it was, time to earn my keep.
Yeah.
Basically,
yeah.
that it was time to earn some money.
Yeah, and then, God, what was Ryusei's? It was something... I can't remember Ryusei's, to be honest. but it was there. But then yeah, Nito's is let me finish, or don't. It was something about like letting him finish what he's talking about.
No,
like,
it was don't go any further. I know exactly how you're feeling right now.
It's just like he cuts in. It's.
By the way, just a second ago, we were really confused because you said Ryusei in place of Teddy Ryu.
Oh.
So.
Because Ryu is
his
Ryu
is
from Double, right?
yeah,
And Ryu-
his is he's from Double, and his is Don't Ask Me Questions, and Ryusei's is Your Fate Is Mine to Decide.
Oh, that's the one you got.
We got really confused. Our bad, everyone.
It's funny because they're both secondary writers, and the first part of their names are Ryu. Or they have Ryu in their name. Okay, so you want to start on news now?
Yeah, let's talk about news.
Okay.
The first and one of the most important things about this week that we found out is Akiba Ranger Season 2. Oh my god.
Ow.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Are you excited for it?
I'm so excited. I'm more than excited about the whole thing because, God, Akiba Ranger Season 1 was one of the best things that I've watched in a long, long time. One of the best parodies that I've watched in a long time.
Oh, most definitely. I love the Sentai parody. To be honest, I have not finished Akiba Ranger Season 1, so I think I will definitely do that before Season 2 starts. For sure. I don't know if they gave a date or not, though.
Apparently it's supposed to come out in April, so
okay,
you got a while.
Yeah, no, it's only 13 episodes. I've already seen episode 1 and 2, and I think 3, so I just gotta finish it, the rest of it, which shouldn't take long. But yeah, definitely, from what I've seen of Akiba Ranger, I really enjoyed it. It's hilarious. The only problem that is with me is I do not know a lot of Sentai things. I mean, I know certain Sentai teams, so that's why I wasn't sure of continuing it, but I think I will because I've just been hearing a lot of good things about it, so.
Honestly, you really don't need to know a whole lot. It really helps if you do, but
yeah,
it also really helps if you're a fan of Toku in the first place. But I've had a bunch of people that aren't even fans of Tokusatsu get into it and finish it all the way through and probably get a little bit interested in Tokusatsu on the way because honestly, you could just pay attention to the story revolving around these characters and use it as a branching point to get into Super Sentai. Because it's a good series on its own, and the actual references make it a whole lot better if you do know about them.
Yeah. But regardless, though, it is funny, and I think I agree with you that even if you are not a big Sentai fan, and you can still watch it, because it does have a lot of Toku elements. Obviously, it's a Toku parody show.
Yeah.
I wonder, since this is doing so well, I don't think it will, but there maybe it's a maybe it could happen scenario. I mean, what if they did a Kamen Rider version of Akiba Ranger?
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are saying that something they would want out of it is to have the extra member of the team be a big Kamen Rider nerd. Thing is that apparently, from what I've heard, Kamen Rider does not actually exist in this universe.
They can always make another series for that.
Yeah.
Have to specifically be in the Akiba Ranger.
It'd be nice if they started to cover like a Kamen Rider parody kind of thing. It'd be really interesting to see where they went with that. Even if it's in the same series as Akiba Ranger, it'd be really interesting to see where a Kamen Rider parody would kind of stray from a Super Sentai one, seeing as a lot of the tropes are about the same.
I think it would be hilarious if they did do a Kamen Rider one, and it would be hilarious if one of the jokes was like confusing him with a Sentai or something, because you know how there's a ongoing joke with Kamen Rider being. But I don't think Japan really gets that though, because yeah, maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's Japan, so I doubt they'll get that joke. That's more of an American joke where Kamen Rider's always confused for Power Rangers.
We'll have to see in the future if they actually go through that, but I think it would be really entertaining if they went that route.
Definitely. Oh, before we move on to the next pair of Spitz news, I just gotta say, I've always wanted an Akiba Ranger. I really doubt this will happen in season 2, but if it does, this will be the best thing ever, is if they make another Akiba Ranger, and it's Akiba Pink, and it's a Gaijin who's obsessed with American Power Rangers. I think that would be the funniest thing, but I don't think it will happen, but it would be pretty funny.
It would be great if something like that came up, and like...
I would like to see them poke fun at the American Saban a little bit, because it is technically,
It is technically taking it and kind of rolling with an Americanized version of it, but it would be... I think it would just be interesting and really funny, even better if he was like the main antagonist of the second season. If this person who just comes in and decides that his delusions of Power Rangers are so much better than the delusions of Super Sentai.
That would be so amazing. I would definitely be hyped for that, but whatever happens, I will definitely just pick up Akiba Ranger and watch season 2 anyways. So.
Oh, definitely.
All right, on to the next thing. I think I'll get this one and then you get the next one.
All right.
So, Kamen Rider Super Sentai Space Sheriff Gavin Super Hero Tyson Z. So there has been a confirmed sequel or next series, whatever, to Superhero Tyson, since supposedly it did really well in theaters and stuff, so I guess they're gonna make one with a crossover with Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and Space Sheriff Gavin. What do you think?
Well, I think that it's really interesting that they're pushing Space Sheriff, not just Gavin, but like all the other Space Sheriff characters so hard right now. It feels like Toei and Bandai and everything want to bring back Space Sheriff and maybe Metal Heroes in general, like in a big way, like with Space Sheriff Gavin G version coming out pretty soon in theaters, and all the cameos that they've been doing all over the place. It seems like they're really trying to bring back a lot of older, not as successful toku series in big and interesting ways.
Yeah, it's interesting because I honestly I do not know a lot about Space Sheriff a lot. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind looking into it now that more stuff of it is coming out. And yes, you're right, that movie is coming out. It looks interesting. I think what I heard is the old one, the one who originally played him, is a cameo. I don't remember. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Oh, he's apparently going to be doing a big part in the movie.
Movie? Okay, so definitely came out. I always enjoy things like that because of well, for one thing, it's actually opening up more toku in general because they're bringing back Space Sheriff, and it's always cool when they bring out the original actors, like they did that for the Ultra Galaxy movies. They brought back the original actor for Ultraman and Ultra 7 in those movies. It was really nice to see that, and yeah, it's always cool to and it's nice. It's a nice feeling that the old actors loved playing those characters and wanting to come back into their roles or doing something in the future.
Very true. I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with all of the older franchises, and hopefully the new superhero Tyson movie will be a lot more solid than the first one.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people really do love the first Tyson movie, but it it does have a lot of flaws to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't bother to see. I definitely will eventually, but I from what I hear of it, I was just not very pleased with certain things. But I will definitely give it a try because Kamen Rider's in there. So
yes. On to the next piece of news. The Kamen Rider Kuga novel is still delayed, unfortunately. A little while back, the O's, W, and Kabuto novels came out, and there are mixed reviews throughout most of them, but for the most part, it seems like they were not completely awful.
no, I hear the double one is really good because it actually is like a story that fits into the continuity pretty well. Because it's the time where I think it was a random time where where something happened to Shotaro. He was sick or something, and the lost driver that he gets a lost driver from Shroud, and so he Kamen Rider Cyclone and stuff like that. And supposedly they said that the lost driver that was given in where Phil gives Shotaro in the last scene or whatever, in that one scene, that's the one from the novel supposedly, but
yeah, that's the one that's supposed to be what goes on with that.
Yeah, that's supposedly, and so it kind of fits in the continuity pretty well. The Kabuto one I hear is the most disappointing of the three.
Yeah, apparently it's just the last 2 or 3 episodes of it in novel form.
Pretty much, and it was just really, really weird, and yeah.
Which is unfortunate because Kabuto's backstory and everything is one of the least really delved into, and probably one of the most potentially interesting ones of a lot of the Kamen Riders so far.
Oh, most definitely. I thought it would have been interesting to hear like more past stuff about Tendo, because you remember how he was one of the writers who originally had the Kabuto, the Zector. So it might have been interesting to see like things before the events of Kabuto or something where he defeats Worms. Or no, he actually I forgot. He got the belt in the first episode. My mistake, or something like that. He didn't. It wasn't activated. The Zector system. I don't know. It's all confusing.
They definitely had a bit of confusion regarding how he got everything, but I think that a little bit more explanation on how things in that universe worked up until the first episode would be nice.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would like to hear how they got, like, I know the Worms gave them the Zectors and stuff. It would have been interesting more in depth how they were created or something.
Well,
Okay, so what about the O's novel?
Oh, the O's novel, apparently from what I've heard is, some...
I
3
heard that
stories. There's 3 stories. One, which was about, Iggy...
It was...
And I can't remember what, his was really about, but I don't think that it was all that, important, really. It was probably like the least entertaining one of the 3 stories that were in it, from what I've heard. The second one was about birth, and it was actually not about any of the birth characters, but more about the birth belt deciding who they liked better of
Goto and Date, right?
Yeah. And the last one, which is seen as like the best one out of the 3, was about
Ankh, right?
Ankh and his experiences with the Greed King, and all the backstory that happened back when he was still at full power.
Oh, that's interesting. I hear that was the most mixed of the 3, because the Birth Belt one was alright, and the AG story was meh.
I've heard it was boring, but
Yeah, and then and I heard the Ong story too. The same thing. The Ong story was the best one.
yeah.
So mixed reviews. Kuga, there's a lot of hype for that one since that one's the one being delayed the most, I believe. Right?
I believe so.
And Kuga is just usually well liked in general. Kuga's really popular.
But we don't really know what what the plot of that book is supposed to be yet. So that's all we really can say on that one.
Oh, and one more thing on that. There's also a Blade one novel coming out too, and I just don't know when that one is. I think there's a couple more. There's a Blade and a Agito one or something, or a Hibiki.
There's a Blade and a Deno novel coming out. But we don't. There's a few more. I'm pretty sure there is actually an Agito one as well. But wait, no, it wasn't Agito. It was Faiz. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm actually excited for the Blade one. I want to see how they go with that one because I just really like Blade. So
I'm hoping that it's some stuff with. Oh, I actually probably shouldn't spoil that. But some stuff that happens after the series is over.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
Yeah, let's just say that. Because after the series, there's a lot to be covered.
Yeah, let's not spoil the audience of people who have not seen Blade. So just go watch Blade.
Go watch Blade. It's really good.
All right, let's see. What is our next news? I think this is my turn right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Kamen Rider girls, they have their first album revealed. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the Kamen Rider girls. I do like some of their songs though. I really like Last Engage a lot.
Last Engage is very good, and it's actually on this album.
Yes, it's the album has the Let's Go Rider Kamen Rider kick from the Let's Go Kamen Rider movie in 2011, I believe.
Yeah.
The one with Deno and O and all the 40th anniversary movie.
Yes.
Then they have the Kamen Rider V3 version they did. Then they have Saite. I think that's a Wizard song, and then the 3 other Wizard songs: Last Engage, Mystic, Wick, Liquid, and I think Just the Beginning is, Just the Beginning is also a Kamen Rider Wizard song for, Wizard. So what do you think of Kamen Rider Girls and their first album coming out and whatnot?
I enjoy them a little bit. They're not as awful as a lot of people say they are, which I never really got why everyone dislikes them as much as they do. But I do like the Rider Chips better, and I just kind of like them. They're alright. But I know a lot of people that really like the Rider Girls, so this should be big news for them. I'm glad they have a CD out, and people like their music. They like their music. I like a few of their songs. I am not honestly a huge fan of them. I think one of the big things that bugs me, not their music, it's their the rider tans they're supposed to be. I don't think some of them, in my opinion, do not look very well. Like, they could have done a better job. I'm sorry to criticize. If people like them, that's cool, but that's just my opinion. Like, that's the Blade cool. I was just like, that doesn't really look like Blade. Congrats to them though, and their first album, and it comes out February, right? February. It's same day as the the Kamen Rider Beast single is going to be released. So that's what to look forward to if people like to buy the music. So look out for it on February 27th.
27th.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we have one more bit of news. Maybe 1, 2 more. I don't remember. One
more. And this one's actually pretty big. A lot of news got dropped on it just the past day and a half, I think. It's the new Kamen Rider game for the PS3. Kamen Rider Ride Wars.
I am super excited for this.
It's a really exciting thing so far. Lots of information on this. It's a game that's in the style of Dynasty Warriors, along the lines of One Piece, Pirate Wars, or the Gundam Dynasty Warriors series. It's just kind of...
It's called Musou or something like that?
Yeah.
Musou games, yeah.
A lot of Musou games. That's basically what they're making here, but with Kamen Rider. The main story behind it is that everyone has lost their memories. Oh no!
Interesting, different plot device. But seriously.
But they have to work together and go through all these, like, familiar backdrops and everything to get their memories back together. The fighting styles in it are on the ground, where you would fight normally like they would on the ground against hordes of enemies, or on their bikes, which is a thing that has happened on Dynasty Warriors before, but with horses and whatnot. But I'm guessing that they'll make the ride fighting a bit more in-depth other than just kind of throwing your weapon around a whole lot and hoping you hit somebody. But we'll have to see on that one.
What I'm looking forward to is hopefully it is a... Oh, well, first of all, we should talk about that. It's for the PS3.
Yes.
And it is... The PS3, it will not be region locked because PS3 games are not region locked. So if you want to go buy it, go and import it, go ahead. It's no need for a Japanese PS3. If you have an American one, it works. The only thing it won't work is if you want to buy the DLC, you have to have a, I think, Japanese Sony PlayStation account for the store.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think those work anymore. I'm not sure. Or pretty much the DLC probably might not be something we can obtain, but you can get the game still, so that's good.
It's a big, complicated process, but, you know, if you really want the game, you can have it.
Yeah, it's actually not. You can probably get it off of Play Asia, or if you want to get it maybe cheaper, I still think it would be probably the same price or more expensive, is off of importing sites or whatever, but I think Play Asia is your best bet for importing it.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, what I'm looking forward to the most is that I hope it's multiplayer online. I think that would be beautiful.
It'd be really fun if it was, but I'm not sure if
it's just a speculation from the trailer, because there are 4 riders on the trailer, but that might just because there's only, there's 4 of them, like before decade, the after decade Heisei riders, and that's just the number, but it kind of, looks like it's pointing to maybe 4-player online, but we're, maybe not, that might be just how it is, but I'm crossing my fingers for that.
Yeah, we should note that there will be 2 versions of the game. The first one is a normal one where you get all the basic things to go with it. But the second version is called the TV sound version, and it comes with the opening songs, I believe, as optional battle music while you're fighting a whole bunch of people. So there's supposed to be at least 30 songs in the TV sound version. But we'll have to see if that...
What's the price? Did you find the price of it? I think they listed the price already.
The price of it is, let's see. I'm not sure if they actually have a good version of the price up anywhere.
I swear I saw it. I just can't remember where I saw it. I believe it's kind of pricey though. It's looking pretty pricey, to be honest. Especially if you want the premium TV version. It's gonna be, you're gonna have to pay up a bit. It's
I found it.
You found it? Okay.
Yeah, it's for the normal version, it's 7,480 yen, which I'm pretty sure is about actually I'm not sure how much that is.
I can look that up, but just go list the what was it? 7,000 what?
7,480 yen.
That is about 80. $83. $83.
That is really expensive.
Yeah. So importers beware. And if you think that's bad, what's the other price? The premium TV.
The premium version is 10,480. So
480. 480.
Yeah.
That is, oh man, it's a $116 if you want the premium TV version.
God damn.
So
that's pretty pricey.
Yeah. So be willing to shell out big bucks if you want the premium version. But to be honest with you, the yen to dollar rate recently has actually been really good, really good. So believe it or not, that's actually good because the yen to dollar ratio has actually been very good. So anyone importing Japanese things, this is the time pretty much. So believe it is pricey. It's actually good because it could be. Trust me, it could be. If it was it like last year, 3 months ago, it would have been a lot worse. So
one last interesting thing before we kind of wrap up the episode.
Okay, I bucked up a couple times too.
One interesting thing that I noticed during the trailer of the actual game is that Forte isn't using his bike when everyone else is using their bikes. He's using his the rocket module. So it's possible that he might not actually use his bike all that much in the game, which would be weird depending on how they do it.
Possibly. Maybe it just wanted to show that since Forza is the only one with a rocket on, with a rider with a rocket pretty much, I think they might have wanted to emphasize that. I think they will probably have his bike. So I think they just wanted to show off, because Forza is the only one who could do the rocket thing. So basically.
That could be very true.
Yeah, and one more thing also before we do close up this podcast is supposedly, rumors is secondary riders will be in this game. That's a rumor. Don't take this with a grain of salt with me. And that show riders is going to be DLC. But this is all just rumors and stuff like that, so don't take this seriously. But just a warning that might be a thing. So it's what I heard.
So we'll get a whole lot of riders for our whole lot of bucks, I guess.
A lot of bucks. Anyways, I think this has been a good first episode. And
I'm hoping it is.
Yes. Maybe we should, if you have any more questions or anything, feel free to send us stuff. Anything you want to hear about news-wise or talk about.
See, now you got it too.
But yeah, see, this is your fault, Rad. This is all
sorry.
Fault. Got it from you. Yeah. So just send us a comment or message or whatever, and we'll look into it and stuff. Possibly, maybe we'll think about doing something with villains or look back on a retro series next season, or I don't know. Or maybe we'll just go steady. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So for right now, this is the end of the first episode of the Kamen Rider Spirit podcast, and I hope that you all really enjoyed your listening to it.
All right. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in and hearing us ramble and things, and listening to the newest toku news or whatever. So we'll see you next week, possibly.
Yes. We'll try and do episodes on Sunday. We couldn't really do it this week for reasons, but we'll try and get better on track come next week.
I think we should probably do these on. We'll figure out a date. Well, hopefully, maybe. What were you thinking?
Sundays. The Sundays sound fine to me.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, tune in on Sundays, and we'll be here.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Unless we're dead.
Or lazy. We'll be fine. So, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.